Hey guys, it's Tomi. If you are new here, I am a fashion and lifestyle blogger over on the gram. Here on YouTube, I like to talk a little bit more about pop culture, influencer tips and tricks. And today I am talking about something very, very exciting, and I know it can rub people the wrong way, but I really want this video to be informative and to be used as a resource. This is in no way to be some type of brag or I don't want to be insensitive to everything that's happening, but I have gotten a lot of messages trying to figure out how people can grow their Instagram accounts, how they can turn their side hustle into a full-time business. What did I really learn along the way? And I think especially now people want to be able to have these other types and streams of income or other things just because everything is so uncertain. So I'm very happy to be able to provide that to people. And honestly, this has been a really interesting time for me in my own career and development and this entire journey of life. I'm excited to say I made over 6 figures in revenue for my first full-time year blogging.
Hey, hey, glory! Look at your neighbor, say hallelujah! Hallelujah!
It's exciting, but it's a little clickbaity because I actually have not been only blogging for 1 year, surprise. I've been blogging and creating content since 2015. I started my blog in June 2015 while I was in college. I was pre-med at the time and I really hated my major. I wanted to be able to have this like cathartic, place where I could just come and write all my thoughts about different stuff that I loved that had nothing to do with, the chirality of molecules and carbon, and this is all OChem talk and I'm getting it all wrong, which just shows why pre-med was not for me. So in 2020, I had just finished my MBA and really just kind of went all in on becoming a full-time influencer. It was not my intention. I never wanted to be a full-time blogger because I like being around people. I liked the idea of having dual incomes. I like to just be pushed and challenged in that way. However, I could never find a job position that would allow me to have the flexibility to be able to do blogging while also working for them. And then of course the pandemic hit, and so being able to kind of rework whatever I was looking for in my future and the satisfaction of what it would mean for me career-wise was a lot during 2020. Obviously it was, I'm sure it's a lot for a lot of people, but I'm very, very thankful that I was able to build it to where my business is today. I think a lot of people want to make six figures just because of what that kind of looks like in our country income-wise, but for me 6 figures was a very, very important goal, I guess, to hit, because in 2019 I was given a job offer that after I graduated from my program that I would be able to work at a tech company out in San Francisco, and I was so excited, and it was basically like the culmination of everything I wanted in a position. However, the downsides were that I had just been diagnosed with MS, and so it was kind of weird because I was just kind of associating San Francisco in my diagnosis. And also by the time that they wanted the answer, I was just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I kind of had to learn how to re-walk again, and there were times when I would just have to walk down my driveway and back into the house with my holding on to my dad, just because my legs were so sore and stuff from my first episode with MS. And so I didn't really know what my health was going to look like, and the thought of being so far away from my family and everything at that point in time, I was having panic attacks even thinking about it, and so I was like, okay, no, I have to turn this down. But then my health kind of levied off where I didn't really feel like I had to worry about my MS every day, and I just kept thinking did I just turn down a really good job and then for nothing? But I'm very thankful that that was not the case and that I was able to grow to where I am now with my blogging business. But also another reason why 6 figures was so important for me to hit was because my family, like a lot of Nigerian families, is filled to the brim with people who are in the medical field. And while my family is very supportive of me now, and they've always been supportive of me, they were really concerned in terms of stability of what a career like this would look like, let alone influencing. Okay, let's back it up. They had trouble with me even being just like in business, entrepreneurship, period. So to then say, no, I'm not even gonna join like a biz company, like I'm just gonna do this by myself, it was more of like a, you sure about that, girl? Which is for good reason. Like, I mean, it wasn't like they were coming from it like they're just trying to be haters. They understand the ups and downs of the market. When you're working for yourself, they both owned their own businesses, so they knew the extra stress that comes with it. And especially with my MS, they're like, are you sure you're gonna be able to do that with your, you know, MS and, you know, work and all these things? And I can definitely understand why that is something of concern for them, especially because it is something that's so new. Not a lot of people really know how it works, which is why I'm here to share about it today. So yeah, it was really nice to be able to hit those goals, and knowing that I could kind of put their fears at ease and be like, don't worry guys, I got this. All of your hard work was not for nothing to help me get to this point, but hopefully I'll just continue to grow from here, from 2021 and onward. I also want to note, in addition to blogging for 5 years, the first 2 years I didn't even really track income at all. Like, I didn't track collabs, I didn't track like products gifted, nothing. Don't do that. At least put it in like in a Google Sheet, a doc, a notes app, something. If not, you know, further down like with the QuickBooks or something a little bit more professional. So I have no idea what I made the first 2 years blogging, unfortunately. That's really sad because I would love to be able to like pull that number out.
David, I cannot show you everything.
Okay, well, can you show me one thing?
However, in 2017, it was around like $2,000. And then from there, every year it kind of was tripled in terms of revenue. So at the end of 2019, with what I had received in terms of like sponsored content, affiliate marketing, all of that, I knew that I would be able to be at a really like good place in at least a year or two, because in 2019 I was finishing school, balancing that, and then also like with my MS stuff. And so I was like, wow, if I can make, you know, this amount with all of that going on and not really doing this, and, you know, having to say no to a bunch of partnerships and whatever because like I just needed to rest. I was like, then imagine what can happen when I'm healthy and like in a space where I have the resources and mindset to be able to get this done. And I'm very thankful that I was, again, right on that. So I was able to kind of really track where I was going revenue-wise, and I was able to save. I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of stuff in my savings so that I could take this leap. And then also, I mean, realistically, I'm married. I do have a dual income. So I think a lot of people would like to forget about that whenever they see other bloggers who look super successful. Not necessarily that I wouldn't have been able to be full-time now, because I definitely could have. However, it might not have looked this comfortable, right? Like, I might not have been in this larger 2-bedroom like townhome that we're renting where I can have my own office space. It might not look like where I'm able to comfortably turn down blog opportunities where I'm like, I don't think this is a good fit. But that's fine because I feel comfortable enough knowing that something else is going to come in, but also like I'm not going to lose my housing because I have someone else who has a very stable job. So those are things that you just kind of have to keep in mind, again, as we're like talking through all of this. It's different situations for everyone, and I will definitely do a video on things people don't tell you about being a full-time influencer, but let me just focus on the topic at hand, so sorry, of how I made 6 figures in 2020 with my blogging business. First of all, I knew that I wanted to make, you know, keep making sure the trend of making 3 times my previous revenue. So I was like, what does that look like in terms of the amount of sponsored content that I need to do, my average rate when I do some type of post, when I'm making an affiliates, which is just like commission-based sales from selling something through a retailer. So I just planned it all out of how many sponsored content posts I need to do every month, how much I need to make every month, even like after I'm putting stuff into savings, all of that plans that out on the calendar, and then that's kind of how I approached pitching to different brands, where I would send out my media kit, which kind of has like a little about me of going out there and seeing like who I wanted to work with. And then also when people would come in, you know, maybe saying, you know, I don't have the room in my calendar right now to work with you. However, please keep me in mind for something else that can work through 2020. Knowing that I want to hit these goals, but I also want to be realistic like of what I can take on physically and mentally, because even though you do have this flexibility of being your own boss, it can also be very tiring because you can be kind of go without even realizing it. So from there, I want to break down kind of just what really makes up that 6-figure total, right? So 80% of my revenue in 2020 was from sponsored content. Personally, I'm uncomfortable with how high that percentage is just because I don't like how much it depends on other brands coming to me or me going to them and saying yes, I'd like to work with you. It's great, and I do love doing sponsored content because I'm talking about products that I have either loved using for a long time in the past, or I'm getting to try something like new and fresh that you guys haven't seen yet, and then give my thoughts and opinions on it, which obviously I love talking to you guys and sharing that. So it's always like a win-win situation. However, when you're trying to have all these multiple streams of income to make sure that you're financially stable, having that much of a balance that makes up my total revenue is not something I would ideally want, but still I loved it, and it was great. This past year I worked with Aldi, Amazon, Nordstrom, Abercrombie, Hyatt International. I worked with Crest. A lot of these people who are on my list, I make little like manifestation lists like every year, brands that I'm like, please Lord, like let them open this email from me or like send me something, because I would love to work with them, and it happened. And so those moments where we're just like, every time it would happen, I would like cross it off my list and be like, won't he do it? As I'm like highlighting it, I loved it, and it really just kind of helps validate knowing that you're doing the right thing when it just feels like things are aligning that way. But yes, so when it comes to that 80% with sponsored content and doing things for those brands, that can look like creating a sponsored blog post, Instagram story shares, in-feed posts, reels, TikToks. I didn't do any sponsored YouTube videos just because mostly my audience is on YouTube. Mostly my audience is on Instagram and with my blog, but that's really something I'm working to diversify here again in 2021, is making sure that I'm showing up on more platforms, and one, because I want to be able to grow my business, but two, because it makes it a lot more of a sellable thing to brands to know that you have audiences in different places and where they can share their product or service with more than just people on Instagram. You can have it on YouTube. Pinterest is actually my second highest, largest social media account. I get like over 1 million like monthly views on there, close to 2 million sometimes, and it's pretty wild with the amount of traffic that I get to my blog from Pinterest. So I definitely want to keep working on growing that as well in 2021. I'm actually going to put in the link in the description below my 2021 goals that kind of list out a little bit better of what I'm working for or working towards, and some other things that I'm hoping to change throughout the year. Then the next 10% I have are from affiliate sales. Basically, affiliate sales are like if you work in retail and you refer a customer to buying a certain product, then you get a small percentage of the sale back to you. It's just commission. So and it's like at no cost extra to the customer. So it works in the same way in affiliate marketing online. If you give a link for a follower to purchase something, then you get a small percentage of that sale. It could also be something from the entire order. It doesn't have to just be, oh, I only sent her a link for this lipstick, so I'm only gonna get a percentage of the lipstick sale. If she bought the lipstick through your link, but then she also went and bought foundation, a brush, hairspray, skincare, whatever, then you get a percentage of that entire sale. And that works with a lot of different retailers. You have Reward Style, which a lot of people know, bloggers use it, of Like to Know It. Also have Shop Style, those are two big ones. There's Share a Sale, that works with a lot of retailers as well. Those are like your big three. A lot of retailers have their own affiliate program that you can sign up for and make money through those. Target, I know, has one. I'm a part of Amazon's, and that, along with the Reward Style and Shop Style, really, and Share a Sale, helped with my affiliate revenue for the year. Amazon is a really good one just because you can obviously link anything and people love to shop on Amazon. So it's a lot easier for you to kind of like get a larger sale because of that. Please keep in mind, a lot of these retailers, it's a very small commission. So it's not necessarily like, wow, they're racking it in here through affiliates. I'd actually be very interested to see some of the bloggers who I think I call them like swipe up bloggers, how much they make on ad versus affiliate, because it's gotta be a lot at this point. And then some other affiliates, I also will make a commission on Flowdesk, which is my email list that I use, and anytime someone uses a link that I send them through there, I will get some commission, as well as Tailwind, which is like my Pinterest scheduler. There are a couple other programs that I use that I can make money from in terms of affiliates, but they're a little bit smaller in terms of what I was getting throughout the year. I think I mentioned the main ones just because Award Style, Shop Style, I'm able to link my outfits on my feed and beauty products, whatever, pretty easily. Everything else is probably like literally $10 for the entire year. So if I didn't mention it, was just not that important, okay. And then finally, the last 10% was just freelance marketing, and that includes stuff like I would be approached to basically shoot everything like I am going to put it on Instagram or my own social media, but it's just for the brand. So whether they want to use it internally for their own marketing purposes or whatnot, use it for their own websites, externally, they're just able to use my content, literally just content creation for them, where I'm just like a hired model, photographer, production designer, creative design, like director, whatever, and then can give it off to them without having to post it on my feed as an ad. I did a lot of that, and I also did like some freelance consulting, so I helped some smaller businesses if they were looking on how they can up-level their social media presence, how they could work with influencers. I gave advice to other influencers, like one-on-ones, coaching, branding, how they can kind of grow their own business. And I didn't do it in an official capacity because I felt like I needed to have a lot more content out there or have like the perfect website, but I think it's so much better to just go ahead and go and do it. That's a big advice, just do it. Literally Nike.
Just do it. Nike.
Do not wait for this perfect moment because it's never going to happen, but I think being able to work on it over time is what's going to give you the experience and the practice to make it better and where you want it to be. So that was something that I did, that final 10%. I would say that I would love to increase that in 2021. Watch this space. Because I absolutely love helping people in that way, and I think when it comes to influencers, blogging, content creation, it's very individualized and specific to each person because every person is different in terms of their personality, of what they're bringing to the table, what they're known for, and like have their own strengths. So I can't really just say like, oh, you need to do more YouTube or video if there's someone that would rather just be more of like an audio podcast person and like not show their face on social media at all. So it definitely works for different people, and so I will definitely be adding in some type of consultation, one-on-one coaching aspect to 2021 so that again I can help diversify my revenue coming in, but also to be more intentional and help more people in a more clear way. So we're halfway through Q1 of 2021, and I'm already at about 25% of the way from my goal for the year. And again, more linked in the blog post below, but I just feel very blessed to be in this position. And I know a lot of you are probably going to ask like, okay, so how did you do it? How did you make this money? How did you whatever? And I think people really think there has to be something else, but when I say it's just consistency and bringing that quality content to the table, that's really it. There are so many other influencers out there. Every year it's like adding thousands and thousands and thousands because they look at people on Instagram or on YouTube and they're like, this looks so easy. People just post a photo and make money and they get to travel to Bora Bora and whatever, but like that's not the case. And it might be the case for some people, primarily like your reality TV stars, but for the average influencer who's out here grinding every day, that's not the case. Will I say it's like as difficult as doing brain surgery? No. Duh. It's brain surgery. This is taking a photo. But I think the more that you are able to bring in terms of quality, in terms of like your video production, or you know, if you're a really funny person who's like great with a podcast. I think that's what kind of helps you grow and bring something new to the table, because like the average person can take a photo with their phone, but you have to bring something new, something fresh, some chutzpah, some je ne sais quoi, you know? But yeah, there aren't any shortcuts, you know? I think short of a stint on a reality TV show or going viral for something embarrassing.
My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move.
That's it. Just hard work, put the time in, and your time will come. I do think that there's a benefit from coaching, from reading a bunch and listening to a lot of other bloggers of their own experiences will help you get there faster. I definitely did that, and I think with each year it's going to cut that time down, because there's a lot more resources out there than when I was first starting. I was Googling like, what the heck is an engagement rate? We were all still calculating it by hand, and now thank God there's like Social Blade out there where you can do it, Instagram analytics in the app, like praise God. We were all here on like Buffer and Hootsuite trying to like do all this stuff and figure it out, but now they're trying to put it natively in the app for once. So like we're getting there, we're growing, we're living, we're loving. It's getting so much better year by year. So I'm so excited to be able to see where we're going to be within the industry in the next 5-10 years, because I think it's only up from here. I don't think it's too late for you to start as an influencer, to become a full-time influencer. People ask me that question all the time, and I know you're probably thinking it right now. I think you just have to start. Just start. Like I said earlier, do not think of trying to perfect it or anything. Learn from the mistakes and just continue to grow along the way, because what you're able to bring to the table as an influencer is being you. Like that's the difference between you and another fashion blogger, another beauty blogger, is that it's your personality, it's you as a person. Like that's why they want to follow. So I think making sure that you're just putting that content out there, being confident with it, and the success will come. Hard work comes first, but the success will come. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are one of the OGs who's been with me since 2015, where I had like ombre hair and a weave and I was shooting at Auburn University, you a real one. I have loved every part of this journey, and I hope that this video has been helpful. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, because I would love to do more blog tips. And make sure to hit subscribe, because I think I'm gonna have something coming out very, very soon to be more helpful within this whole influencer journey thing. Again, I cannot thank all of you guys enough. God has really, really showed out, and I am so happy to be where I am. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.